Hey folks, it's Frithgar here, how you doing? Welcome back to Farming Simulator 19 here on the Hagenstedt map. Let's get back to reliving the glory days. This one, he still struggled a bit, but I think he was alright. I think he did alright on that job, really. I don't think we need to worry too much. And then once we've got some more fields and that, then we can always look at buying another tractor. But, I mean, eventually, we want to be moving towards cows. I definitely want to be getting cows. Like I've said before, chickens, sheep, pigs, I'm probably not going to touch those. But cows, I definitely do want to do, and I want to have a lot of them. And so we're kind of going to be wanting to gear everything towards having lots of cows. At the moment, we're just kind of building up and expanding the farm, working towards said cows. But yes, it's kind of like a long-term plan. Now, you know what I could have done there? Instead of going in this way, I could have gone the other side of the sheds, and then I could have picked up this combine here and emptied it out. I'm gonna let this one do once more around the outside edge, and then he can start working up and down the fields. Let's bring you in underneath like that. So he's going to start going again, and he will have left a little bit here. Well, he did leave a little bit right there, and there's also going to be a bit down this end where he's going to dive out towards me and try and do something weird. Like that, see? So I'm not quite sure how he's going to handle being able to turn round there. But I'm going to empty this one right out, or at least I'm going to follow this one all the way up across the field. Yeah, I did wonder what he was going to do there. He's just basically going to make a complete pig's ear of the job. That's what he's decided is the best option. Quite sure why he decided that that was the correct approach to things, but there we go. That is what we've got. And then as soon as we've unloaded this one, we will then spin round and head off back to the other combine and empty that one out, and then we can spin back over to this one. I was going to go and do some raking. While the combines were underway, I was going to do some raking, but it doesn't look like I'm going to be doing that. We'll be doing the raking afterwards and doing that separate, because I'm struggling to keep these two combines empty at the moment. Like, I'm genuinely struggling to keep up with these two. I mean, that is good. It means that we're sort of... we've got plenty to do here. Possibly we want to think about a bigger combine then. I mean, that could be the answer here, is just to try and get a bigger combine into the mix and do it like that. But yeah, I'm not sure about that. Not at the moment. I think the combines we've got are absolutely fine. It's just that we're going to want to increase the capacity on them if we can. If there is a mod that will allow us to increase capacity on these combines, then that's what I would like to use. To do what I am going to do, though, I'm going to go over to you. I'm going to press H on there, and then I'm going to do that. I'm going to put that onto normal worker now, and then I'm going to bring you back over this. Actually, you know what? I'm going to empty you out into this back trailer a second. And then I'm going to just step you out a little tiny bit from where we are. I have a plan for that one. I have a cunning and masterful plan. And then you... yeah, I'm hoping I'll be able... you should be able to get all the way down to the bottom end of the field on this run. Just so that you put a third slice along the bottom down there. You've already put a third slice along the top. And the bottom's pretty messed up at this point, so I'm guessing it's not really going to make a huge amount of difference, but it'll help a bit. And okay, you're now empty, so you can go like this. I'm going to bring you out over this side as far as I can, like that. And I want to just sort of step it out a little bit, there. Then go like that. Now, he's telling me that he's blocked by an object right now. That's not entirely true, is it? It's not entirely true, is it? Let's bounce off round there. So that one can start working up and down the field there. That's not going to cause any problems. I'm not going to be getting in the way of anything down through there, so that should be absolutely fine. Now, You, with your nearly full, you're going to come out round there and spin back in. Then you're going to come up here and you're going to try and do the same thing again, which is going to mess all sorts of things up. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just follow that one over to here. Then I'm going to press H and I'm going to stop that one from going. And I'm going to put the spout out like this. I'm going to take... Actually, you know what I'm going to do? I'm just going to go like that. And I'm going to unload into this trailer right here. And I'll unload everything into this trailer. And while I'm doing that, I will simply do that. I will just go AI vehicle off like that. So that's normal hired help now is going to be working this field here straight up and down. There's enough room to turn down on the bottom end of the field. There's easily enough room to turn up at the top end of the field because it didn't have the kind of mess that we've got down here. So that's going to drastically improve things. So all we got to do now is just keep up with them. And that should be doable. We should be able to cope with that. Now, if I come out here, there's going to be a thin run down this side, but yeah, that's fine. We'll cope with that. You go into there like that, and yeah, it's only a little thin slice down there, but that's not gonna have a huge impact on it all. So now we can go back to the tractor again. We will go over here. We'll go to this end of the field. We will catch that combine. It's on 70% already. We might, once we've unloaded this combine right here, have enough time to do maybe a turn around the little tiny field with a rake. We might. No guarantees, no guarantee at this rate. Right? There really isn't. We may not be able to do anything with the rake at this rate. We may have to wait until all of the harvest is complete before we can get into there. I also want to get the seed drills to the dealership and get them sold. Getting them to the dealership won't be any kind of a problem at all. Because all we got to do is get them there by resetting them to the shop. That's the easy bit. Then we've got to drive them back again. That's the slightly more long-winded bit. That's the bit that takes a little bit longer to do. But even that shouldn't be too much of a problem. We've got one really slow tractor now. Although I'm actually thinking of changing that one. I'm thinking that we may sell that one and buy another one of the Fendts that we've got. And then we can just have a pair of those running up and down the field. Because it's looking like we're getting towards enough money to be able to do that, which would be pretty cool. That would be a very, very cool thing, actually. Now, how much have I got left in here? I've got about 800 litres left on that combine. 500, 4, 3, 2. We've actually done it. We've emptied him out before we got to the end of the road. Look at that. We've got almost a completely full trailer. The other one's at 40% already. By the time I drive down to the end of the field, he's going to be full. That's going to be it for that combine. I'm going to have to follow him up across the field, else he's never going to be able to empty out in time. That's the only thing I don't like about the AI extension. Doesn't go in well with what we're doing here. It really doesn't fit in well with it, does it? Let's bring you around like that. You know, I do actually want to do a little bit of this. So at least let me unfold the thing. At least let me get it unfolded. You can do that for me, can't you? There. We'll bring you in there like that. Now, I don't remember which way it was going. If I... Right, that's going out that side. Okay. Now, the combine's going, so technically I should be chasing off after it. But I really want to do this. I really just want to have a go with rake. A little bit. Mainly because I want to have a go around this little tiny field. I want to see how well we can operate it on here. And also, you've got that bit that sticks out the side there. Is that going to cause us problems? Right, that's the way that's sticking out there. I'm a bit concerned. Up into this corner. This is where it's going to be problematic, is in this corner right in here. We've got little bits of straw in here. Right, see, I've got little bits of straw right back in that corner there. Oh, I managed to pick them up. And also, it looks like the the cover sort of thing there, it does clip into the walls, which from our point of view is actually a good thing. It means that we can reach the edges of the field when we absolutely need to, and we've sort of been a little teeny tiny bit greedy with trying to get over as far as we can. But we needed the land. We desperately needed the land. We did. Now, I'm also kind of tempted on this field to try and put the whole lot into one windrow. Maybe. We might do that. That might be a little challenge for us to come back and do in a bit. But we're not going to do it yet. I'm going to go and unload this one. So I'm just going to park his trailer underneath that combine. We'll put the back trailer under him, and then we can start filling up the front trailer. Once we've done that. So that back one's almost full now. We'll go under there like that. Scream to a halt. Get out all the grain that we can into this trailer right here, and then I'm hoping the combine will actually get moving. Start racing off across the field once more. There he goes. Oh, I was wondering why he was moving. And he's moving because I've filled the back trailer. That would make a lot of sense there, really, wouldn't it? Okay, I'm going to empty this one out. The other one has just turned around at the top end of the field, so we're going to be sitting on the crop for that one anyway. Go up to there, like that. Helper G has got a full grain tank. But yeah, he's going to be sitting in the crop for that bit. So we'll take the rest of this one here. That's done there. 0% left in there. And then go to you. And I'm just going to sit under that spout. Take that lot of grain off, and that's going to give us at least a minute or two so we can go and take a look at the rake again. I don't know how much you lose. It used to be in FS17, I think 15 and 13. I don't know which ones, but it used to be that every time you went over with a rake, you actually lost a small percentage of your crop. So I know in 13, Windrow was separate, and I think maybe 15 as well, was it? The Windrow was separate, or was 15 where it changed? 15 might have been where it changed. No, 15 wasn't where it changed. That was Bjornholm, wasn't it? It was, it changed. Everything changed over in 17 with the tip anywhere. You had Windrows before that. So in 15... there was only so much quantity that could go into a windrow. So once you reached that quantity, you could put a whole field into one row, and it wouldn't turn into just one row. It would basically, you would just lose all the crop. Now, I don't know if that still happens. So we can, at the very least, put this one going, and we can just do a little tiny bit of an experiment here. Now, really, to experiment with this properly, what we would need to do is gather everything into one windrow, and then go and bale it up or collect it with the forage wagon and see exactly how many litres that we picked up, and then go and do it again without doing any of it and see how many litres we picked up, and so on. You get the idea. Like, you'd have to run several tests on a save in order to be able to figure out exactly how much was being moved or lost, and so on and so forth. So it's not the quickest thing, but I mean, we can at least have a look here and see if we just kind of get the sensation that we are keeping back an awful lot. Now, I'm not going to try and put it into a great big heap. The only reason I'm doing an extra run along the bottom there is just so that I got a little bit of room to turn round to go up here and do this. That grain tank is already getting full. So yeah, all I want to be able to do now is I just want to go up and down on the sides like this. So I'll take that there, and it does mean that we're going to have quite a bit extra, like we're going to have some big old heaps up on the top ends. But I'm okay with that. I'm going to follow this one down like that. And that's actually gone over some of the lump already. It lifted it up, and the rake didn't pick it up. Right there. I think I just need to go slower, maybe. Yeah. It's lifting the rake so far up into the air that it's not actually allowing it to move all of the product. which is not really what we want. In the middle of it, it's alright. Up through the centre part, there, that's absolutely fine. That's not causing us any problems. But we have now got some little bits being left behind because I physically can't, like, get it all into the rake. It's not all of it is being left behind, but we can go back over, I'm thinking, and we'll be able to do something with that to try and, like, rescue it. And bring you back in this side here. A single windrow for the entire field. That's what I'm not doing this with one of the bigger fields. That would just be absolutely ridiculous. I can't see that it would even work properly. But I mean, it could be interesting to try if we had. I think we'd have to have it wide. I mean, look at this. It's not even picking it up properly anymore. I don't think it would work. Right? I don't think that it would be physically capable of doing. Oh, that's brilliant. It doesn't actually seem to be capable of doing it anymore. And I got to remember, I'm pushing this out on the left side, so I kind of I need to be pushing that onto the left side, so I can come up like that, and then just move those extra bits over. And I think that's what I'm going to have to do. I'm going to have to, like, just drive down the side of the windrow and do, like, a double effort on it. But I will go on the outside edge over here, and I'll just move that in. We've got a couple of little spots over here of straw. There's one little tiny bit stuck out there. I'm going to leave that where it is for a minute, because I want to get these other little bits. Let's pick you up now. And I can go faster to go back up round to this side. And then go back down through here again. I know both the combines are sat there waiting for me, wondering what I'm playing at. I got a very important job that I'm working on. Okay? This is very important. This is all in the name of science and research. We've got to make sure that this works. At the moment, it appears that it is going to actually work. I don't think that I still don't believe that we're going to be able to pick it all up in one pass, though, not with the forage wagon. I think that is where this whole little plan of ours is going to go horribly, horribly wrong. So now if I move in like that, I'm right on the edge of where the windrow is, and it's picking it up a little bit too far. So I've got to move out a little bit, like that, so that it picks up the stuff that we left behind last time. And then I go like that, and that's not making any difference to it at all. So, there, right. Let's shut you off. And that right there is a windrow across the entire field. And I feel that is something that we can be proud of. Okay, pride aside, let's go and get our combines unloaded. Where is first one? They're both down this end of the field. So, what we will do is we'll run over and get this one first this time, because we did that one over there first last time. They're both stopped in the crop, so it doesn't really matter. I don't suppose which one we go for first. It's not going to, like, speed anything up, because I don't really want to be driving. I know, we can drive in the crop because we don't have the crop destruction. I still don't necessarily like to drive in the crop too much. Like that is one thing that I've never particularly liked doing. I always like to try to keep the spout on the outside and drive down beside the crop. Now, something that I am curious about, like, this Nova is brilliant, right? We've got 4,500 litres on it. I don't like the idea of having that old combine there going the kind of speed that we're going up and down across the field. It just doesn't seem right. But upgrading slightly from, I mean, yeah, they are double. That's double in price, and then these up here, they're triple in price. And there's not much more capacity, so I'm kind of thinking that maybe the Massey Ferguson could be our next combine of choice. I don't want corn headers. I want these headers. There. And I kind of like the idea of using that Rosselmash header there rather than this Massey header, although would probably end up using that Massey header. That would seem like the better one there, because that one's wider. That's still 50,000 euros to get that one, which is an awful lot of money, so I'm not entirely sure that we would go for the Massey with the 8,600. I mean, it's almost double the capacity that we've got on this, which is really, really good. That is definitely something that would help us out a lot. Having that extra capacity means that we'll be able to do a couple of other little bits in between emptying out each of the combines, which I feel is a step in the right direction. Someone was saying about when we come to do potatoes, the Stevie mod version of the potato harvester is using the sugar beet harvester, and it has a larger capacity tank on it. So not only do we go faster, but we've got the faster tank, but it's using the sugar beet harvester, and I didn't really want to do that. When we do eventually get to it, I didn't really want to be using one of those. We've got these right here, so I can use them, and they go quite a bit faster in the field. They got 60,000 litres on board. You know, it seems really great. Personally, I would rather use one of those. Stevie didn't do one of those. He hasn't made the alteration. We have got this... Wait. We have got that one. That one's got 60,000 litres. Where did that one come from? That's not a Stevie mod. Don't know where this one came from, but I like this one. This is the one that I like. I don't actually know where this came from. Working speed 20k. Back over to you. Your working speed is 10k as standard anyway. So it's double the speed and it's got 60k on it. I like that. I think this is the one that we will go for. It's a proper potato harvester and it's got 60,000 litre capacity. So that's going to be perfect for when we come to actually do our potato harvests. I think that is the sort of thing that we want to be aiming for. However, 880 po harvest, running one of those, we're looking at 500,000 in order to be able to buy the harvester. That's an awful lot of money. And I know that I've leased a couple of items, but I still kind of want to do this one. I mean, leasing is a cool thing and all, but I still want to. I kind of want to be able to do everything with leasing, without leasing. Sorry, I kind of want to do it all without leasing, and so it does actually bug me that right now we've got the rake over there that was leased, and the forage wagon is leased. I think one of our corn, is it maybe the Helianthus header? Is that one something? We've got something else leased here as well. You know, I could just go and have a look at the shop screen and tell you right now what we've got leased there. Press spacebar. Oh, it's the fertilizer spreader. Right, the fertilizer spreader and those other two, they are leased. That fertilizer spreader is the one that I think that we've got for doing the lime as well. So it's just that. Now I'm going to go this way down to the inn this time. I'm going to go down through the town. Should be a little bit easier. It's all downhill that way. There's no uphills, and I think it's marginally quicker to go this way. Let's bring up the little map there, shall we? We can see where we're going. I think it's marginally quicker. It's not huge amounts quicker. We'll come in down here. Now, it's always tempting to want to go in this one. It seems like the natural choice to take this road because it's wider there at the top. But you very quickly find that the street narrows somewhat when you get down to this end. And it's slightly less convenient by the time you get out the bottom end of the town. It's also quite rough coming down through there, I just realised. It didn't used to be rough like that. I know that. It didn't used to be like that. But yeah, it's definitely quicker going this way. There's the inn just over there. We're almost on it. We may end up getting the terrain modification tool and just smoothing the road a little bit out through the town there. That seemed a little bit too rough for my tastes. Sure, I liked that. Down here it seems alright. It's going to be quite a while before we would go and buy up the land down on this side. This would be something that it would be a fair bit later on that we would go and get this. Now, something that I did do once. I only did it the once, and that was I me go there. Tip that out. Go there. I did a silage harvest, and I silaged every single field. And this is after I went round and enlarged every field as much as it could possibly be enlarged. All the way across the map. Every single field by that point had gone round with the plough, and I'd gone round the outside edges with the plough all the way on every single field. And then I did a silage. I planted corn across everything. And I was doing what I do now. I was basically the same crop in every field and just kept rotating through the list. We didn't have as much of a variety, but I did do a corn harvest where I silaged it instead of going through it with the combines. I normally did it with the combines, and I silaged the entire map. And I was very proud of myself for doing that, because I did at the same time, I also went and cut all the grass fields that I had, and I silaged those as well. Turned all of those into silage along with all of the corn silage. So the corn silage, every single bit of it I brought back here, and then all of the grass, I took that to the cows, and I made silage there for the cows using the grass. And I have no idea how long it took. I don't remember. I do remember that I had a trailer on a lorry or a truck, and I'm pretty sure I had the capacity of it set at 1 million litres. It may not have been quite that much. I think I may have, maybe 500,000 litres. Something like that. I know that it was really high. It was much higher than I would normally do. Normally, I kind of limited myself a bit on the capacities of the vehicles. I think the maximum capacity I would allow myself on a trailer was like 100,000. Just because it didn't sort of feel right to have any more than that. And then I'd have two trailers running together. So I'd have 200,000 litre capacity. And then the combines, I think I had them set on 50. So take 2 combine loads to fill up a trailer. It was something like that. It wasn't that exactly. It may have been slightly different to that, but you get it. That's a rough idea of how it ran, how I would do it. Now you over here, in theory, I should just be able to chug alongside you right up the field. Let's go and do that, shall we? So I will bring you in here. Apparently, I won't bring you in there at all, so I'm going to do that until you've dropped below 80%. There we go, like that. And then if I move forward a bit, that combine will start up right now and start racing up across the field. And then I can start unloading the combine in just a minute. And we can finish this one off all the way up through here. And then we'll go over and we'll empty out the other one. I could actually go and put the Fendt up in the top field and have that one doing the raking already. There's no reason that I can't. I don't have to do an outside round on it at all. It's not actually necessary. I only do it just to sort of keep things neat and tidy a little bit. But I don't need to go and do that. It will still be fine without me doing that. Although I probably will. All that, you know, after that lovely little speech I just gave about how I don't need to, I'd probably still do it anyway, because I can just like drive it round 3 sides, and we do go fairly fast. Let's just get that last little bit of grain there. I want all of it. Well, unfortunately, folks, that is all we have got time for today. And for those of you wondering, the paid promotion notification that came up at the beginning of the video is because in the description down below, you will find a link to Fanatical. I have an affiliation with them. If you use that link, I will earn a small commission on anything that you choose to purchase. But that is all we have got time for, so if you have enjoyed the episode, then please head down below and give us a like, and if you really enjoyed it, then please tell your friends all about me, get them to come and watch as well. That would be awesome. And until next time, thank you very much for watching. This is Frithgar. Goodbye, and see you later.